Dog, but do you turn to motherfucking ayahuasca and all this other shit? No, you don't. That's not what you turn to.
I normally just cry.
Well, maybe he should have did that then. Because whatever the fuck he's doing now, he might as well be on crack.
I normally just pretend that I have to go pee and be like, I'll be right back.
What he's doing now, I'm just like...
Dude, I saw this interview with Danica Patrick, and she like touched on it, and I was just like, oh my God, is this guy actually a psychopath? And Olivia Munn.
See? I'm not playing. Hey, Rod, listen, man, you better figure it out. Because I was a fan of yours, and you lost me. You really did. You lost the hell out of me. What are you on? Are you on that Lamar Odom route? Hey, get off that shit.
If I can hear.
Just telling you, you better get off that shit now.
Can you hear me in your headphone?
Who, me?
Oh, I got you now.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I was like,
my bad.
I thought I could hear you.
What's up, bastard?
Oh, sorry. Man. All right, shout out to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Right?
One of UNT's finest. Go Mean Green. But yeah. What, man?
Yeah, but
listen, people always, bro, I'm always going to root for the Mean Green, but I'm predicting 7-6 this year, by the way. Before we do the preview, I just want to give both of them the records for my two teams. UNT number 1, 7-6, bowl win. Let's get it. And then Texas, you already know what I think, man. Come on. National champions. Hey, listen, all I know is this. As long as you go 3-0 against your rivals, you can lose as many other games as you want. I don't give a fuck. Just get into the playoff and go win a national championship. But if you lose to OU, A&M, or Arkansas, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a real serious problem. Fuck all three of them. My fault. I just had to give a quick shout out.
There you go. I can hear you now. No, I was just listening.
Yeah, I just had to be.
I'm
excited 2 weeks out, bro. I'm just, it's getting more and more. I'm going to be on the East Coast. I'm like, hey, we finna run this shit up, man. What they talking about?
Like, I love college football. I love the ambiance. I love the whole thing so much more. It's like in the sense of like going to a game and like the environment and all that.
And then I'm like,
I just grew up. I shouldn't say I grew up, but I was born in the Northeast.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not pulling for fucking Seton Hall, dude.
Man, hey.
So like, I pull for the Gamecocks. Like, I'll pull for certain teams, but I don't like have like a diehard team. And I wish I did.
I got you
in college, but
it's
so much fun. Man.
I always
fuck Clemson. Like, I'm never pulling for Clemson, dude.
Hey,
I have so many friends. I had an ex-girlfriend that was diehard Clemson. Like,
I didn't say that, but he did.
Stand it.
Hey, talk your shit, man. Let him know.
Can't stand.
Talk your shit. Hey, let him know.
Clemson.
I just want to say, bro, like, anytime I meet someone that grew up in the Northeast or in a region that wasn't as big on football as we are here, it's just always interesting to me because I'm always like, I wouldn't even think differently. I don't think differently because of that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this unique to our region, and that I just want you to experience that, like, unique.
For sure.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I just always, I'm like, how do you feel about how we feel about football here? And they're like, it's like really one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
No, for sure. And I totally accept that and understand it. But like, not to say that it's equal or better than Texas football, but growing up watching and being at SEC games being like in tailgating, like Carolina versus, Alabama and stuff like that. And like all that comes with it. It's so much fun to be around, dude. Even if you're not even tailgating, if you're just at the bars, like it's just a scene.
It's crazy. Just nuts.
It gets really aggressive. See a lot of kids in golf shirts with popped up collars and high khaki shorts just getting hammered and like tongue kissing their best friends. Like, it's weird, man.
Whoa, that's crazy.
That's awesome. Like, Marcus, get over here.
Having been in a fraternity of predominantly white people myself, I can't say that we ever partook in any of that. But I
like how you just assumed it was.
There's been, when you said popped up collars and high khaki shorts, those are the type of people I was rolling with at that point in time, and still do to a little extent. You know what I mean? Because we grew out of that outfit. But you know what I mean? Like, hey,
remember
what I mean?
Remember the double colored
Oh no, see, I don't know if I ever saw that.
Oh, buddy.
I don't know if it ever made it. I don't know. We were still in Denton, bro. So it was a little. Hey, shout out to the Sigma Chi chapter in Denton, man. Y'all know what it is.
They would do the puka shell necklace with the double.
Well, that was a coastal thing, bro. We didn't really do puka shells out here. That was just that was some nut shit, bro. You do puka shells over here, we might fire you up. I'm not sure where you got them from or what you thought that was, but we just not doing that here.
Plaza, man.
I don't even know. Like, honestly, bro, I don't even know if we knew where to get some puka shells from. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it was like you would see some puka shell necklaces, bro, but it wasn't enough to where it was like, all right. Like nobody was asking you like, hey, where'd you get that from?
No one was like, bro, is that
they had on? Can
you imagine when your buddy's going away on vacation, coming back with a puka shell necklace, and you're just like, you got to go.
Yeah. What are
you guys doing tonight?
Yeah.
Ugh, not you.
Not hanging out with you, bro. We are not kicking it with you, bro. You are not invited to the function.
You guys don't want to come over and watch the OC?
Nah. Cool on that, bro.
Nah.
Good on that.
Nah.
We are good. We are good. We are good.
It was a thing. So many. I never did it, but it didn't even like the screws on it. It was.
I couldn't do that. Nah, but like, I mean, what we got UFC 319 this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Dricus Du Plessis and Khamzat Chimaev, you know what I mean? Hey, Dricus is trying to defend that belt and Khamzat trying to come take it. So, hey, I'm one of those people. You got to go beat the champ to beat the champ. Khamzat is a minus 260 favorite right now.
I mean, they've been building him up for years. Like, this is his time. And they love those types of fighters because he can hit, but he's also just a monster on the ground. And like we were talking about before, I mean, if I think personally, and I think most people will agree that he's got to win this within 3 rounds because people don't know about his motor. He hasn't really been tested.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting. But again, Dricus still gets so underrated. Like people just don't give him
they don't give him the respect. I mean, he the champ right now. That's why I said, look, I know Khamzat's the favorite, but like in my book, in any like combat sport, whether it be boxing or MMA, I think to be the champ, you got to beat the champ
for sure. And I think his last 3 wins were Whitaker, Adesanya, and Pereira.
Who Du Plessis?
Yeah, like he's beaten 3 studs.
Yeah, like dudes just they no joke.
He's doing his thing.
Yeah, he's beating Strickland, Adesanya, Whitaker, Daniel Brunson, or Derek Brunson. I mean, yeah,
and finishing them.
Yeah, and I think. Oh no, that was just fight history.
And he's finishing them. Like he's not just doing whatever, but
he got a KO split decision.
Strickland fight was closer, I believe, but
the first Strickland fight was. The second one was unanimous.
Yeah. But Strickland just got suspended for a year because he's a psychopath, dude.
He'd be wild, man.
Dude, he's got issues, which is not shocking.
Right.
Because he's even been on certain interviews where he's like crying about like how he was like abused as a kid and stuff. And we're like, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Like, you clearly got some stuff going on.
Yeah, you still wilding, bro.
And he like beats up YouTubers on it and then like sparring, like doesn't even joke around. Like he's like hitting them pretty hard.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh man, we're here for clicks. And he was like, hey, get in here.
I mean, but I heard some of them dudes do be talking shit though, which I can't be mad at him for that. But the ones that's just in there trying to be hanging out and then do it for the views, yeah. But I have seen some dudes be talking straight shit.
But they're not like saying to Sean Strickland like, oh, we could beat your ass. They're just saying like, come on, let's spar and stuff.
That shit, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've seen some of it, but some of them don't. But I do it. But some of them, like, bro, people be talking crazy on the internet. And I can't get out of to find it for whooping their ass because they be talking crazy.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
Just like me talking, like if I'm talking crazy to Khamzat and he says, "All right, cool," like
hey,
he said, "Come see me in the ring," and I'm like, "All right, bet." Or if I'm just talking crazy over the internet and then I actually go do it, shit. If he whoop my ass, then I deserve it.
Straight. But I still think like he'd take it easy and like, have you ever seen the things where Pereira like messes with guys and stuff and they like ask for leg kicks? He's not that's hitting them hard.
What I'm saying, though, they asking him.
Sean Strickland is like literally like hitting the crap out of these people.
understand though, because they asking Pereira like, bro, can you just give me a leg kick so you can show me? And obviously he's not gonna go full. But if you talking crazy to Sean Strickland, like, yeah, I can whoop your ass.
Yeah.
And you get in the octagon and he beat the shit out you. That's what you deserve to get. I'm sorry, you deserve to get that. But if Pereira, if you stand there with him, you kicking it, you cooling, you like, all right, bet, let me see like what just a simulated leg kick was like. Nothing that you would do in a fight, but just a simulated, and he do that and that shit hurt. Like, obviously, yeah, you're not used to that. But if you used to talking shit, but not used to getting your ass whooped, that's two different things. Those are two different.
Imagine going home after that and your girl's like, "Hey, babe, like, how was work?" Bullshit. Like,
some bullshit.
I'm going back to school.
Crazy.
I'm going back to school. This is terrible.
On the camera that you got me, I was talking crazy, and then and you see why I got this black eye and all this other stuff going on.
He was saying really prejudiced things to me while he would just punch me in my temple. It was
like I sent you that clip of what's his name, Michael B. Jordan, when Sly was talking about when they were filming Creed 2.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Yeah, I want to be part of it," and Sly was like, "Well, if you want to be a part of it."
That was Creed 1.
Yeah, and then he gets a fucking sucker punch and got lights out.
Yeah.
That guy,
that was awesome.
That's a pro fighter.
I
forget his Tony. I forget his real name. He's been out of it for a minute. He lost
Tony.
Oh, Tony. No, he was a pro fighter and he was solid. He was a champion, but he had a couple losses, and I think he's kind of out of everything right now. But yeah, that guy's a pro fighter.
Yeah,
and he hit him. He clean.
Yeah, and like apparently, like he didn't line him up. He just gave him, like he said, like a little extra hit. Like it wasn't even like a wind up. Yeah, but just dude, he dropped. Mm-hmm. That was awesome. Yeah, but I like Michael B. Jordan. I was just funny.
But yeah, no, I do think that this card got the potential to have a little bit of late explosiveness as you work your way towards the main card and the pay-per-view and the stuff. And I mean,
what's so special about this fight? Sorry, I'm just jumping in late.
It is obviously a title fight. DDP, Dricus Du Plessis, is the current holder of that belt. Khamzat Chimaev has moved up in weight.
He's one of the guys that they've been building up for a while.
Okay, so this is time to shine.
Up in weight.
Yeah, this is like his, I won't say shitting off the pot, but like he's beating everybody and beat them in like incredible fashion. And now he's
got his title shot.
Finally got a title shot, which I think he probably could have got maybe a year ago, but I think he got injured or he pulled out of a fight because he got sick or something. Yeah. But now it's his time to do it. And it's kind of like with how they built up like Patty the Baddie and like what they did with some other guys. And now it's like his time to go go get it. Yeah. Like, even if he loses in a competitive fight, he's not losing any stock. Right. But if he gets manhandled within 2 rounds, they're going to be like, all right, man.
All right. Well, money wasted.
Yeah.
So, well,
like
you got that.
And now, I mean, if we want to transition over to the big news,
which was the deal that
Paramount Plus,
right?
$7.7 billion, I believe.
Mm-hmm. They just paid South Park $1.2
so billion. Be on CBS.
Paramount Plus is coming after it.
Yeah, but they canceled fucking Late Show with Colbert because of like money issues. And
I love Stephen Colbert, but I'll live.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
It means that I only have to pay for this subscription to watch these fights.
No, and all I'm saying is that
it's like Peacock, what WWE's doing. Yeah. Like,
what are we talking?
No, all I'm saying is like they can't complain like, oh, we just can't afford the Late Show. It's like, dude, you just paid $8 million.
See, there's layers to that. Like, that's a whole different thing. But this is going to be like what Netflix did with WWE, what Peacock's doing, same thing. It's going to be, I think it's going to be the norm. Like, this is what's going to happen. I mean, it's going to improve. So Dana says, fighter pay. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. It's going to be good for everybody. It's going to be more exposure for the fighters. Cause like, let's say Joe Schmo only watches like the ESPN fight nights.
Yeah.
And those guys aren't really like household names. You're just watching it just for whatever. You're going to get to actually see the Max Holloways and Patty Baddies and like these guys actually engage. Exactly. So that's the cool thing. And then the other big news, Trey, take it.
You said what?
White House.
Oh, the July 4th. Sorry about that. Independence Day. There is going to be a UFC main event on the White House lawn. That is absolutely insane. I am ready to see this. That's
4th of July.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. And it's because it's a Saturday this year.
The 250th anniversary of our independence
of the country. So
yeah,
that's going to be crazy. Also, bro, the next pay-per-view, September 13th in San Antonio. So
like after the Khamzat or
yeah,
okay,
yeah. So the next pay-per-view is in San Antonio.
Yeah, we were looking at
that. But see, this I forgot we have a wedding to go to. As I was actually in the wedding, so
looking at me like we have a wedding.
It was just saying that as fun as that would have been to go to, that would have been lit. I was just like saying like me and Zoe have a wedding to go to, and she's in the wedding, so yeah. But I would have been so crazy. But damn, yeah, I just that July 4th thing is gonna be crazy. Also, October 25th, Aspinall gone in.
Yeah,
that's gonna be pretty interesting. I mean, I think Aspinall handles him, but that is an interesting matchup.
And then the third piece of news of UFC that came out, which has actually been confirmed by several sources, is that the UFC actually matched what Jon Jones wanted, that $30 million. They're like, all right, cool. Like, we can't do it at first. Like, whatever, fuck you. And then they went and got some money from, yeah.
Food is hilarious.
Fucking hungry.
Got some cabbage.
Starving, bro.
Yeah. They got some money from, I think, his investor, Turkey, whatever, from Middle East. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they called Jon and said, look, man, we got your bag. Let's do it. And he said, nah.
When in doubt, run to the Middle East.
But the fact of the matter is that, and again, he's the greatest ever. Yeah. So you can't really say respectfully that he's ducking somebody. But at the same time, I think he doesn't know enough about him, and I think he wants
trying to get this. He trying to frame it as he want this bag.
He's gonna fight again.
He needs to.
He's gonna fight again.
He needs to.
But I think he wants to see how he looks. Aspinall looks against Cyril Gane, because that's already confirmed, and I think he wants to see that. And I think he's just prepping or getting this all for the White House.
John, I think you to go. You my favorite fighter, bro. Quit ducking and just go fight this man. And if you're going to put your hands on him, then you put your hands on him. But if not, bro, I see what you're saying. Like, damn, if he can't beat him, if Aspinall can't beat Gane, then hey,
I think it's all
whatever. But styles make fights. That's how it goes in boxing.
I think he's just playing the long game, dude.
Man, styles make fights, bro. You got to go out there.
Sure.
And either you going to go out there and put your hand, either you are that dominant where you going to put your hands on whatever, or you not. I'm sorry. If you that dude, you gonna go out there and you gonna prove that you that dude. Pereira ain't running from nobody. He keep lining up and going. You say, look, we can lay this shit down right now.
This is just my speculation. I think Aspinall goes, fights Gane, obviously, beats him. I think whatever happens with the Pereira, I can never pronounce that guy's name.
Ankalaev.
Thank you. Yeah. Something like that. Whether he wins or loses, I think he moves up. Yeah. I think he fights Aspinall. Whoever wins that, it's a win-win for Jon. It's both a huge bag for him, and they fight at the White House. I don't see Jon Jones fighting between now and the White House. But Dana White also said, I can't trust this dude because remember UFC 200, he passes for fail the drug test, and he's like, I can't put him on this card unless I know 100% he's going to be there.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's tricky.
He needs to figure out if he truly want to go out here and prove that he is what he say he is and what we know he is. Because then he's going to be like, oh, well, if y'all know it. Dude, no, bro, you got to listen. His
legacy is set regardless.
It is. So that's what I'm saying. So either you go, if you done fight, then hang it up. That's all I'm saying.
He's not done.
And see, that's what I'm saying. If you want to keep trying to add to your legacy, then you need to jump out there and do that and quit running from it. It feels like he's running from it. He trying to sit here, survey the landscape, do all this shit. No, whoever want to line it up with you, bro, you got to go line that shit up. And you got to say, all right, well, look, I'm number one. I'm that dude. And I'm going to go out here and show you why. That's just that simple.
I think, honestly, he just wants to party a little. Remember,
hang it up.
He took 2 years off between, I can't remember his last fight at light heavyweight before he fought Cyril Gane. And even his last fight at light heavyweight was controversial.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was not Alex Smith. He fought some other dude, but I'll look it up. But he fought him, and that was controversial, but he still did win. Like, I looked everything up, and it was close, but he won. And then he didn't fight for almost 2 years. Then he beat Cyril Gahn in, I think, 2.5 minutes, which was
he took
whatever. And that guy, and Cyril Gahn was supposed to be the next big thing before even Tom Aspinall was even a subject.
He got hands put on him for sure.
And now Aspinall is just doing his thing, and he's a young guy. I think Jon just being calculated, and he wants to get in shape and like really, really be prepared to do this and have one more thing. And again, dude, if he loses
Miocic and then Cyril Gahn and Dominic Reyes before that.
Dominic Reyes, that's what I'm talking about. But he fought Dominic Reyes at
2020 though.
He fought Dominic Reyes at lightweight or light heavyweight. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that was it. That was it. What are you talking about, bro? That was in 2020, bro.
Yeah, but I think there was lockdown and everything, and then like he came back, and then
that was right before lockdown.
Then when was Cyril Gane fight? Like 2023.
2023.
So and then Stipe was last year
for 2024.
So. Again, I think he's just being calculated and just playing like devil's advocate, kind of. He's earned the right to do this a little bit, like kind of like Floyd did. Like Floyd, every champion ever coming up, and towards at the end, he was like, "All right, I'll fight this guy for this much money, and I'll do this and I'll do that because you've earned the right. You've beat the crap out of every single contender."
Yes, he's put his hands on shit.
Here, listen to this analogy. Or not analogy, just a fact. Beeb went, 15-0 in the UFC?
I thought he got to 20.
That's MMA fights.
Well,
in the UFC, 15, I think.
I think it was 15.
Jon Jones has 15 title defenses. So when people want to talk about the GOAT, I'm not knocking Beeb at all. He is a beast, and I'd be scared to see that guy, but he seems like a nice Muslim. Well, I'm just saying, I'm just saying, there's levels to like what these guys have done and what he's done. Dude, he's been doing this. He's 23, and he's 37 now. Something like that. Yeah. 38. Yeah, like
he just wants to party, man.
He need to hang that shit up there.
But on the other side, I will play the other side and say, just stop fucking with UFC and just be like, Dana, like, I'm not doing this, or I'm like, yes or no.
Bullshitting, bro. Like,
just
you
say yes
do
or no.
You don't. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I understand because, like I said, he's my favorite fighter of all time. And this is me saying, like, bro, either do it or don't, bro. Like, I understand if you want to turn up and shit, well, then do that. Like, ain't nobody gonna be mad at you. If you don't want to fight another day in your life, I'm not gonna lose no sleep over it. But if you're gonna keep sitting here and just doing all this, and I get it, but like, you just keep doing all this little. Yeah, let me just
stabby
a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, bro,
it's really just holding them hostage, and they know he's like I want to say he's like not charismatic, but he's not like Conor. He's not obviously. Well, no one's Conor as far as that goes, but like he's just the GOAT, and people want to see him perform. And he didn't look really sluggish, even though Stipe was older, but like he looked good in that spinning side kick.
He's been defending titles since March 19th of 2011. I understand. He's been defending. Like, I'm looking at it right now, and like there's a title belt under every single one of his last fights, which is insane.
He has won no contest because he actually kneed a guy when he was getting up, which is a BS thing.
That was but bro, when you were looking at that, and you were looking at obviously when at that age how active he was. Like, I'm not asking him to be as active as he was then. I'm just asking him if he gonna sit here and he like, cause you're gonna get, but that's the thing, you're gonna get your money regardless. But it's a matter of, do you actually want to fight these dudes or don't you? And like, I know you want to try to let it sort itself out and all that sort of shit. Like, bro, you were the one that was supposed to be in there instead of God. This should have been Aspinall Jones from the get go.
For sure.
This should have been that. That's what I'm saying. Like, this feels almost like a goddamn Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao shit, even though Aspinall's a lot younger than them two.
I mean, when you think about it, like, damn. That was, I mean, Manny and Floyd was built up for, bro, 6-7 years, literally, give or take.
I mean, more than that, maybe.
Like that, they fought in 2014, and then him and Conor fought in 16. Yeah. But like that started in 2008-9.
Yeah,
because remember, Floyd retired for a minute after he beat Ricky Henn. So that's all. Maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe he's taking a page out of it. They're trying to build it up.
I mean, and I get that. I just am like, damn, bro.
But dude,
I want to see you go out to fight these dudes, bro.
Dude, imagine if he goes in there and just beats the Christ out of him.
Good. He should.
At the White House on 4th of July. Like,
he should.
That would be like the best fair. And I have nothing against Tom Aspinall.
He better.
Yeah, you can't lose.
That's one. That's another thing is if you want to sit here and you want to do all this and then you go out there and I'm looking up, like I said, in the middle of the 4th round and he's putting his hands on you.
Yeah.
You better win. That's all I'm going to say.
At the same time too, though, like if they still agree to the 30 million and he still gets whatever UFC and Paramount Plus agree to as far as like the fighters, or I guess that's more of a UFC thing, but what they get like on the back end, bro, you're still making more probably in that one fight than you have in your entire career. As far as like,
which is crazy given that a lot of people with a lot of MMA, UFC guys were transitioning to try to do boxing. Yeah. To try to get that back.
And he's not going to
door, but I don't think that's ever going to happen with him. I'm just saying like, it's crazy that UFC is now reaching a point to where you can start to do stuff like that now. He's obviously had to put his time in for the last 14 years.
I can't see Jon doing that because he's not he can strike. Like obviously he's well rounded and everything, but he's a wrestler.
That's what I'm saying for him to be able to get to this point now in UFC,
right? Like,
to where you can build it up to where you can get that.
Yeah, he's not a Masvidal or Nate Diaz that are just strikers or like even the guys that are doing bare knuckle and everything like that. Like he doesn't need to do any of that stuff. I think he just wants one more. And I don't think he's hurting for money. I think it's more. No, he just wants like I've done so much for you guys for the last X amount of years.
Yeah,
give me send off money
and this specific event. Yeah, that we know is going to be absolutely massive. And like this is the culmination. Like I feel like that could be like a crescendo on. Like obviously the UFC is going to continue to trickle up. Like but like that event itself could be one of those things where it's like truly like a shift. To where people truly start to jump more into UFC, kind of like how it will never get as big as I don't think it'll ever be like but you know how when Formula One like things really changed when they did the documentary and stuff. People and like the everyday person that wasn't watching it on Sundays truly got an insight and they were like, oh shit, I'm a Formula One fan.
I would not be surprised if the UFC does something similar to like what WWE just did with Unreal on Netflix, like a behind the scenes thing like that. And like you see like what Dana White goes through.
Even more so like they put more into his his Contender Series and the Ultimate Fighter and all that sort of stuff.
Contender Series is so much better than Ultimate Fighter.
Contender Series is lit.
It's awesome. That's where they found Sean O'Malley.
They be get to it in the Contender Series, boy. They be getting to it.
Because the Ultimate Fighter was just like the real world. Nate Diaz was the best part of that show that's ever been on it.
Right.
When he was just beating guys up and throwing them in like, beating them with noodles and throwing them in the pool and stuff. Like he was so funny. I love Nate Diaz.
But yeah, man, look, it's going to be a big card this weekend. UFC 319, man. Everybody tune in. I'm going to try to get off work and go watch it somewhere. And then obviously touching on MLB a little bit, the Yankees got out that schneid. You can't really.
They got to build on some momentum, man.
Be too happy about being 4-6 in your last 10 and 6.5 back in the division, but still a lot of baseball left. You got to figure out. The bats got to still continue to, trend up like they did in that Twins series. Obviously, it was against the Twins, who were second to last in their division, and the Yankees own them anyway. But you just got to kind of get that sour taste out your mouth and start trying to build on something.
Yeah, they need to swallow some Listerine and just get over that, man. It's been a tough watch because it's like we touched on this last episode. It's always start of the season, and then kind of play,
and then June and July, bro. That literal summer lull, and then literally either figure it out in August or just don't figure it out at all, and then it's just it's a tough watch.
You gotta do something. I mean, I'm not holding my breath this year for them going back, but
at all.
It's
going to be like a miracle.
Praying this offseason that Steinbrenner does something where he just makes huge moves, because there's a lot of big names out there that are to be had for either trades or free agents. And Garrett Cole, granted, he came off of surgery a couple years ago, came back, was incredible.
But as you get older, that's not something
and he's not in sports. nature, like he's not a young guy anymore. Like I believe he's 34.
I was just going to say 35.
So he's in that ballpark. And he still played lights out in the World Series last year. Like he was incredible.
He's 34, about to be 35.
Yeah. So and I think he's got a year or two left in his contract. Yeah. So they gotta figure some stuff out. Like they go get another like AJ Burnett, like they did in like today's done. You know what I mean? For that team, and they got CC, and then they still had Pettit, and you still got Max Fried. You still got Max Fried. You still got two top line guys, obviously. But I will say with the young arms like Luis Hill and Will Warren, and they even want to give they want to give some of the young guys a chance, and I get that. But if they can get a couple guys in the free agent market that quality top line starter, I'm excited for them to bring that. What's the young man's up? The young man in the minors that they like refuse to trade unless they're getting
Spencer Jones.
Yeah,
the lefty. Oh he mashing shit.
He's got to come up soon.
Yeah, Spencer Jones is going crazy.
He's the only person they said they would trade for Paul Skeens.
Yeah, they said we will not trade anybody else. But he's been raking though.
Could be worth it.
That's true. That's valid.
Could be worth it.
Listen, I'm a huge Paul Skeens fan. He actually went to LSU out of the transfer portal from Air Force over Texas. So I've been Spencer Jones is.
You're trying to tell me Paul Skeens and Livy Dunn want to attract some free agents?
Listen, come
on.
But wait, bro, what the hell has Livy Dunn got to do with that if she's with Paul Skeens?
You see what she looks like?
Them people ain't finna come there if they can't have a shot at her, bro.
I will.
I don't think that's how that's gonna work, bro.
I'm just saying it's going to bring more attention to the Yankees. It's going to bring...
there's already enough...
I'm obviously being hypothetical. I don't think guys are going to be like, oh, let's go sign with the Yankees so we can just watch her touch her toes in the skybox.
Livy Dunn. Bro, dog, there's already enough attention on the Yankees, bro. And we're not winning right now.
That's what I'm saying, not positive energy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we need positive energy, and I don't know.
I'm just...
Is going to be...
He's 24, I think, if that.
Pretty sure he's
24, 25, if that.
He might be younger than that, bro. He didn't serve. He's 23.
Okay.
He just turned 23 in May. So
okay. And let's say they sign him to a 10-year, I don't want to say Ohtani contract, but like $500 million, something like that. And you build around that. Judge still has, he's getting 33, 34, couple years. Like, I don't know, man. Like, that's something to be excited about, you know?
That's probably
you attract free agents that way.
He's a fucking tank.
Yeah. What is he?
He's 6'6", 260. He's a tank. Yeah, he's a tank. All right.
That was my analogy for his dick, by the way.
Trust, I didn't. You didn't have to explain that one to me. One of my cousins always said, if he's proportional, there you go. So you did have to explain that one to me, buddy. 6'6", 260. I mean,
it was more just
there's only a few ways that can go.
It was more just the dead weight.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it again.
Yeah. Okay. I wouldn't want you to, because there's only a few ways. There's only a few ways that could go. You know. And hey, we're not in that business, but
we're not. But no, I think that's just something they should. I mean, unless they really, really believe this kid is like it.
Brother, he's raking. Like, he is raking.
So why not bring him up yet?
Because you already brought up the fucking Martian last year or for this year. And so
you think it's more like, why bring him up now? Like, we don't really have anything to go for. Like,
well, that literally. And also, again, we did just bring up Jason Dominguez, who we have been arguing for them for years anyway. Signed Cody Bellinger to play out there. Obviously, Judge got hurt, but Judge was out there. Then when he got hurt, he comes back as DH. You still got Giancarlo. I don't think you want to bring him up, and like, even though you're still going to have his service time regardless, because there's only 40 games left. I don't think you want to bring him up knowing that you have the options to play outfield that you do whenever you continue to see him develop. Like, he's raking at a young age, but like, he's just still.
When's Stan's contract up? Soon.
No, 2017. We got him 2017.
It's gotta be.
It's got to be literally within the next year. He got to be a free agent after next year. I feel like. I feel like it's got to be after next year.
Because, even if they keep him on a small contract and then keep Judge there and bring up the new guy and I don't know, man. But also at the same time,
actually, wait.
I think Skeen's contract is up after next season.
Hold on. Am I tripping?
Because do you really think he's going to stay in Pittsburgh? Like, I've never been.
He doesn't want to, but
I've never been. I'm sure it's a cool city. Like, it's a great sports town. But
oh wait, no. Stan signed a 13-year, $325. Oh, so his deal is a club option in 2028. After 2028, so he still got next year and the year after that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I just, again, like kind of like we touched on last episode, I just want them to get back to the old Yankees where, like, you're having some, like, a lineup.
It's tough to do.
But we need that bridge. Like I said last time, I hate to sound like a broken record. We need championship pedigree in the clubhouse or in the GM area, and which Brian Cashman does have.
Right, but he's not utilizing it.
But that was when he
and that's the thing, though, is I obviously I'm super critical of him, but I will get, like, it isn't the 90s anymore. Like, the thing it is honestly a very, very different sport in terms of not only analytics, because that's not the only thing, but in terms of scouting, being able to find, like, you more so than ever now, you have to find guys that fit what you do, because the baseline of it's honestly just like in the NBA, really any professional sport, like the big three especially, you have to figure out where the baseline is for guys that are like role players in a sense, because you have your top end guys, you got your mid tier guys, you got your lower end guys. Those guys that are in that mid tier that are going to be the difference between you actually going far in the playoffs and win, like, because your stars aren't always going to be there.
That's more NBA.
Bro, baseball is like that too. I'm telling, like, bro, you find guys on the margins, and it's like not even the money ball approach, bro. It's those guys that literally, like, for the Yankees, like going to get in the left-handed hitter, like that makes a difference come with that short port. You know what I mean? Just little things like that.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Whether it be pitching in your stadium, like, just, you know what I mean? And like how in your division, like, they typically trot out, 4 lefties, and then you got this pitcher that you go get and he pitches great. You know what I mean? This is all these little things on the margins that make much bigger difference.
I agree.
Than pure talent.
I will say the NBA demographic is different, or changing in the sense, which I know they've been saying it for a minute, but I'm not saying like I'm like a savant or anything, but it's just the eye test and it. Like, the teams are try to be so top heavy now. When you look at the last few teams that have won, even if you go back to the 2008 Celtics, who still had a big three, but dude, their bench, like, they had a solid bench there. And you notice, like, the Heat didn't, like, they lost to the Mavs, but then the next year they came back and they had these dudes coming off the bench. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, Mike Miller was the game changer.
Yeah.
But, like, you have dudes like that can come off and knock out shots and stuff like that. Like, even the Nuggets a couple years ago, they had dudes come off the bench that would just, like, KCP was just,
and the
Lakers should have never let him go.
I agree. Bruce Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, no, they built it, but then again, also, and then those dudes went and got paid.
Yeah.
You didn't have it anymore, so now you got.
But they could have paid. Same with Alex Caruso. The Lakers could have paid him.
But yeah, I mean, I was upset they let him go.
They should have never let him go.
I mean, JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, that whole championship team. But that's the thing, is like
they would have repeated if they
try to. But these guys try to cut corners.
They wanted Westbrook.
LeBron apparently wanted Westbrook.
Well, that was the LeBron and AD wanted DeMar DeRozan, but Rob Pelinka thought it would make more sense to pay Westbrook over
DeMar DeRozan. Might be one of the most underrated players. His mid-range game.
I had his jersey. I had his OVO jersey. I forgot where I had it or where I put it. But
that Bulls team was kind of exciting. Like after they made those moves with Lonzo Ball, Caruso, Rosen, and I can't remember if Zach LaVine was already there. But those four were really exciting, even though they were all kind of like the same position.
Was already there. Because that was whenever they, remember, because LaVine, they traded, for the Timberwolves traded for Jimmy Butler.
That's right. But still, either way, like, it was exciting, even though they were all kind of like in the same position. Like, they were all like guards or like smaller forwards and stuff.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, if Lonzo doesn't get hurt, and that's so many what ifs like anything else, but
it's gonna be crazy.
He could be interesting on the Cavs this year too, man.
He can be. He got a little knee regraft and whatnot. So
yeah,
we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see what happens.
Next year is gonna be interesting, and that's why the NBA. I don't want to say is the best league, but you just don't know. Like the NFL, you could say like who's going into it.
The parity is caught up with what the NFL used to be. That's what, like, in the early 2000s and into the 2010s, like that was what it was. That really, for a lot of people, put the NFL over the NBA was you just knew who was going to be in that final, at the end.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You didn't really know that with the NFL a lot of times. Obviously, you had Brady's teams and like. That sort of stuff. But it was only one of those teams. You know what I mean? It was only one guy that was literally, doing that at that point. So
I feel like too, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like there's less star movement in the NFL than there's in the NBA.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's because they don't
like the NBA.
They don't have
like
guaranteed contract.
This dude's going to this stud's going here and this that where in the NFL it's
league and
for sure.
NBA.
But like in the NFL, it's like, oh, the Chiefs just signed the best offensive guard in the league. And you're like, yeah, that's cool, but
like there's rumors that there was a fake post that got me that OBJ retired, which the only reason it got me because I wouldn't be surprised. Like, would it be news if he signed with somebody? Sure, but like I also wouldn't be surprised if he retired today. Like, it's just the way the NFL is, bro. It's the way it works.
I saw something today about that, and I thought it was a joke, but it says he's retiring in 2026.
Like I said, I wasn't surprised that if he would have retired on Monday, it wouldn't have surprised me. Injuries have zapped him, it seems. I mean, he had a couple good moments last year with the Dolphins, but if he retired, it wouldn't surprise me. It's just that point now. Like, it is what it is.
I mean, they're the two best leagues in American sports, hands down. Obviously, NFL, I think, has the edge, but it
definitely has the edge. I would say that the NBA loses people with how much the players run the league, which is a different argument. But I just like basketball as a sport better. Like I do. Yeah. The reason I really do love football though is like it's a once a week thing. So there's so much passion behind it. You know what I mean? And so with the NBA, with basketball in general, you getting more than one game a week. So like I can appreciate that, and I love the fact that I get to watch it more throughout the year. You know what I mean? Like NBA or NFL, college football, it's once a week. You got the playoffs, boom. But like with NBA, like I get so much more content, and then the sport itself for me is one that I love to just watch as much as I can. And the same thing, I mean, with all sports, honestly. But if it came down to one where it's just like, if I could pick one where I could just get to watch any point, anytime, I'm gonna pick basketball. But like obviously, I'm watching football right now.
Sure. So. And one thing too, I kind of like, this is maybe controversial a little bit, but I feel like you get to see the NFL stars that are coming up more, or I shouldn't say more, but like than the NBA, because NBA dudes that are,
and they come out of nowhere,
number one draft picks and this and that. Like you could use Zion, for example, or you could use like so many different people and be like, who's that dude that was drafted by the Cavs?
Anthony Bennett.
Yes, he played that's what I'm saying. Like people like that.
Like who the number one, like
Greg Oden. Granted, that was injuries, but
from football too.
Like the NFL has so many different. Like when they're coming up, like again, I'm just going to name a couple. Like Tua.
Yeah,
everyone expects big things from him. He's got concussions, whatever. Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. You could. Jaden Daniel. Yeah. Like there's so many. Even Kyler Murray. Everyone's still in him to like.
Baker Mayfield.
Turn that corner. Baker. Dude,
Jameis Winston.
A lot of people are saying the Bucs are a Super Bowl contender this year.
Software.
Okay.
What do you use stock? It's good. Full screen. Yeah.
What do you use?
So you got the whole thing figured out?
Oh yeah.
I bet.
But anyways, yeah, no, this is all I was saying is like there's so many big names that you just are still waiting for to see what they're gonna do.
See if they're gonna break out and figure out
where like the NBA, if you go back and look at their drafts, like were you real? I mean, I'm not trying to like throw shade on anybody, but like were you pumped to see like Cade Cunningham come out. You know what I mean?
I mean, not
he's incredible.
Not like initially, but like I was hyped about the fact he was from the state of Texas, which is cool. But like his game itself, it wasn't anything that I was just like, shit, like that's can't miss. Now, even like coming out, you know, what his skill set compared to everyone else's in that draft was, like, I was like, okay, yeah, like he's number one pick, hype, you know, that's cool. Like him, Ant-Man, like, you know, there's some guys.
Jalen Green, like,
yeah, like
he was too, but
he was supposed. I mean, Jalen Green, he's not focused on hoop like he should be. But like I said, with the NBA for me though is I'm able to track it better just because of the accounts that I follow and who I get my information from. I feel like a lot of it has to do with like, if people don't know, like whether it's MLB, NBA, NFL, like if you don't know where to really get information from,
right,
it's harder to keep up with too, because like it's so many new, like you said, it's somebody every year. So,
and there's also so many people in the media, like media personalities, and I think you and I talked about this maybe when I called him before he moved here, but there's so many public media figures that just say stuff, and like you go back and look at like other stuff years ago and they sound like the biggest assholes ever. Yeah. Like, and I like Colin Cowherd because I think he's funny.
Yeah.
But dude, he has so many things that he said.
He was saying some BS.
Like 10 years ago, like when LeBron was 32 and Ben Simmons was coming up. Remember, he was like, "Hey, LeBron, we got Ben Simmons. You're good. You can retire." Like stuff like that.
And that was because of and that was because of him. And then there was other people like going with that take of Ben Simmons being the next LeBron and shit, which they was, because the comparison was, whenever they was telling Ben Simmons the reason why he stopped shooting was, if you don't have to shoot jumpers, if they can't stop you from getting to the rim, why shoot jumpers? But in hindsight, obviously that sounds and looks crazy now, because it's just like, you have to be able to keep defensive honest no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So why are you just sitting here listening to them say, "Oh yeah, don't worry about shooting jumpers. You're not gonna have to worry about it. They can't stay in front of you," and then they're just gonna sit here and play off you like they did Rondo back in the day. And what are you gonna do?
I love Rajon Rondo.
Me too. I'm like, what are you gonna do?
He had a weird jump shot, but can I also say that I love that you just use the term "keeping you honest," because I used to always say that about boxing and people wouldn't understand what I meant.
I'm gonna keep jabbing you in your shit.
Because people would always be like,
"We got to keep them honest."
Because again, I'm a huge Floyd Mayweather fan, and people would be like,
"You open up."
Or Floyd would be like,
"Honest, I'm gonna keep jabbing."
Yeah, you'd be like, "If I don't hit hard, then why aren't these guys just rushing me?" And Max Kellerman, who I think is one of the best
out there, easily,
easily, he's so just not only is educated about the sport, he loves it, and like he knows what he's doing. Like all these guys, like Lampley and all them, like sure they're fine, but Max like knows what he's doing. And I like Roy Jones when he did it too, like back when HBO was doing it before they left. But when they say keeping you honest, like Floyd, like again, if I'm not hitting you hard enough to like boom, like press your nose, then why not just push me?
Yeah,
like he can hit.
Yeah,
he would just break his hands after every fight.
Exactly.
That's why he fought only Cinco de Mayo and Fight Week in September 13th or whatever it was, or Mexican Independence Day.
Yeah,
but like, dude, to keep somebody honest in boxing, and then people be like, "Oh, Floyd doesn't hit that hard." Okay,
it's like, well,
why didn't you knock him out? Why didn't you pressure him? Yeah. Oh, because he was fucking tagging you out.
He was tagging the shit out of me.
He was browning your eye. Like you couldn't push him. And that's the thing that people got so frustrated about Floyd was like, "I'm going to kill this asshole. Like he talks so much shit, but I can't touch him." Yeah. And he's still just touching me up.
Shit you can do to him.
And by the 5th, 6th round, you're like, like I'm going to kill this guy. Looking like a pirate.
Ain't finna do a damn thing.
Just one eye in it.
Type shit.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm with you 1,000%. They be out here frauding.
You ever see the interview with Terrence Crawford and he's talking about Floyd? And he's like, me and Floyd weren't that close, but now he's like a mentor to me and all this. And they were talking about, like, what do you think was so special about Floyd and all this? And he was like, well, one, and like, he's just a master. Like, he doesn't drink or smoke. And like, he just loves the sport and appreciates it.
Take care of himself.
He's 2-3 generations into it. Like, it's just all this stuff.
And then he was like, and then one time he and I were messing around and this and that. And he was like, and Floyd and I, because they had similar, because remember when Floyd was like 135, 140, when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, not Floyd Money, he was knocking people out.
Oh yeah. He was,
and then he started hurting his hand, and then Terrence Crawford was like, that's kind of when we became closer because like just in the fight game and this and that. And the guy was like, do you think he beat Floyd? And he was just like, he's like, is that a yes or no? And he was just like, he's like, Floyd's a magician, like no one can beat him. Like he's just that dude, like no one can touch him. Like he was just, and especially that fight, which I'm assuming that Terrence Crawford is gonna try to mirror when he fights Canelo, even though Canelo was 22 when they fought, but and still had like 30 fights under his belt. I feel like
an actor.
Yeah,
he's getting to it.
But I feel like he's gonna try to mirror that. But that's gonna be a really exciting fight, man.
Yeah, that shit gonna be lit.
Who do you have?
My head is saying Canelo, but I'm just root for Crawford because fuck it, why not?
It's tough because Canelo still is the face of boxing.
Should win,
and it's more of his
Crawford,
and it's more of his comfortable weight. At the same time, Crawford has age on his side. It's gonna be interesting.
I think Canelo should win, but I'm rooting for Crawford. I'm gonna say that right now.
If Crawford wins this, and he fights like one or two more guys, maybe not at that weight. Maybe he goes down another because they're fighting at middleweight, right?
I think so.
Which is 150.
Yeah, like I think like 154.
They're 154. I'm sorry.
154.
Yeah. Because welterweight's 147.
Yeah.
So if he even does that, even if he fights Errol Spence again at that, which
I don't think he should fight.
Errol Spence should.
Spence don't need that.
Errol Spence should fight like Manny Pacquiao and like get a bag and
Spence,
you know what I mean.
And I don't even know if Spence need to go get a bag because he's clearly showing he don't know how to. You know what? Never mind. We're not gonna get into that.
Well, I'm just
shout out to Errol, man. Shout out to Dallas. It's fine.
I love Errol Spence.
Yeah, I do too. I just want to make sure.
Dallas, I'm just saying, like, if Errol Spence comes back and fights, and I follow him on Instagram, like, he seems like he's trying to get back in the right track. And I still think I believe he's a young man. Yeah. Like, he's still not an old guy. Mm-hmm. But like, even if he fought like, we talked about this before, but if you fought like a Keith Thurman or something stupid like that, but if you fought Pacquiao, who's still fighting at 46, which is nuts to me, but there's just so many different options for him. I just don't want to see him fight Terrence Crawford again because like he figured you out in the first 4-6 rounds. Like what's he going to do next time? Yeah, for sure. And that was like a breeze to him too. Yeah. And I still thought up until that fight that I was like, oh, Terrence Crawford hasn't even fought anybody. Like he's still like just coming up. Right. Dude, he's bad. Yeah. Nah, yeah. So it's a wrap. But hey, man, look, UFC 319 this week, man. Listen, or this weekend. Hey, you know where to find us on the weekends and when things is going. You know, whenever we got all the sports going on and all these events, you know where to find us, man. Strike zones to end zones, soon to be end zones to strike zones. Yeah. Yeah. You already know. Yep. Yep.